Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Furby here. So today I'm gonna go over all my tools I use as an electrician, everything I use daily. Right now I'm doing remodels, so everything that I have right now is gonna be remodels. So let's get into it. So first, let's go over what I carry in my belt. Usually time to time I do reduce it once I start doing trims. Okay, so let's get started on this side. So what I have, so what I got right here is just a D-wall tape measure. Nothing simple, it's a 25 footer. I have a D-wall knife, just that, it's pretty cool. I also have these nose pliers. I use these just mostly on the outlets or if I'm trying to get a wire out. I have these do come in handy, especially when you need to twist some pipe. I do continuity sometimes outside on the meters, and I usually use this around to torque another bolt on. Some dikes, just some regular Kleins, that's what I use. These are my tapes, red. Sometimes I have white on there, but I haven't been using white lately, so I just have those tapes. So let's get into my tools. I have this one. I usually just leave it on that one for the smaller screwdriver, but it is a multi-tool. It has all the points. These are probably the best I recommend you get. I also have a breaker one, just as a number 2. I don't really use the number 1, so I just keep the number 2. Klein as well. I recommend one of these. When I first started off, I did have one of these, but I lost a couple of them, and I still use it time to time. This is pretty cool. I recommend you get one of these. It comes cheaper. It has a little wrench on it too. You like that, or you can use the wrench on it. It comes in handy sometimes when I just want to throw it in my pocket and go do something. Gloves. Usually I don't use any rubbers. I usually just turn off the breakers when I'm at work. I usually use some grip ones. You can use any type of gloves. I like to use those ones perfectly. So this is my meter. I usually use this for a continuity test, and these are for the ones for inspections. I recommend these are like 10 bucks. Pick them up at the store. I think everyone should have one of these. And my meter, nothing fancy, just a regular one. This one is a 600 volt. 400 volts are fine. I just find the 600 one is going to cover mostly the residential. All right, and if you're like me, you carry a bunch of pliers. These are my favorite ones. These are like a 3-in-1. It has from 18 to 8. It's really cool. You can cut, strip, and twist wires with these. I carry those. When my hands are tired, I use these. These will actually grab onto the wire and throw it all your way. I've had these for a while, but they do get kind of heavy. And these are just some backup ones. They're tiny, so if you get like a box inside, you really need to strip the wire in there. I usually go to the car for these. And just a regular flathead and your screwdriver. I usually put tape around them for insulation. The flathead, I just took it off because it's starting to get all weedy. I just use that to insulate my tools. Alright, so let's go on the other side. On the other side, we have this. I usually use this to cut sheet metal. They're my whist. They're really good. I recommend you get some of these. A lot of people like to carry a grinder. I'm just trying to cut a little bit to throw the wire through. So these come in handy a lot of time too, especially with remodels. So a hammer. A hammer, you can go anything with this. I just have a Stanley. I used to have a D-wall with a flathead, but I left it on the job site and I lost it. So I just didn't want to spend more. It's like probably like 15 bucks at Home Depot. I have a level, just a little tiny one, nothing much, for the light fixtures. It's magnetic too, so you can put it on any side. These, I recommend these. Everyone should have a good pair of alignments. I use these a lot, especially when twisting junction boxes. These are my go-tos right here. Sometimes when my hand gets tired, I strip the wires with these. Some cable cutters. I do deal with 4 and 6 when it comes to cable. So these get the job done for me. And on this side, I have a little screw head. So when I'm doing like the heaters, or if there's a tight space where I need to put a little lid on the outlet, I usually get this one out. And I have an extension one too. And also I have this cool hot stick right here. It's a Klen. It's pretty cool. It has a little temperature thing on there. And it's pretty loud. I like it. I recommend this one too. The batteries are really good on it too. This one is rated for 1,000 volts. I mean. So that's my tool bag right there. Let me show you what else I carry over here. So I always carry a 14.3 on me. If I'm gonna go do a fan work or just running a light fixture or remodeling something, if someone wants to put an extra outlet off, I carry usually just a roll in my car with me, so I don't have to do anything. I recommend everyone gets one of these. I'm always on the go. My car is really small. It's been painted as I do remodels. There's people don't have any texture. So this is where I keep everything. I try to keep it organized. These are all just for my outlets. When the box gets in by drywall, I have some longer ones I can put in. I have some red tops. These are for my grounds. When I'm doing it with 4 or 6 gauge wire, I do those. I like these to hand stuff up too. These are for my panels right here. I use that. These are for the wood to tuck the cable in. And when I'm lazy, I use these. I try not to use these. They're kind of expensive. This for more is like the 12 gauge when like I really don't want to twist it. And I have these ones, some screws. I've been using these a lot lately, the 1-inch. I also carry the 3-inch ones too. And I need to go get some more. I usually get the yellow ones like these. I've been running out, so this is just my little pile that I've been rolling with. And I also use these to when there's an outlet against brick. These usually get the job done and get the outlet in there. And there's some pipes, some blue tape, and I do have a roll insulation tape in here. I haven't used it yet. I have 2 of them actually, red and black, and then I have a blue one too. And these are just some extra points for my driver that you guys are gonna see right now. So yeah, just where I carry my box right here. It's a Rigid. I think it's a good brand. It was cheap. It was probably like 40 bucks. Well worth it. It's been thrown and tossed a lot of times. Alright, so we're gonna start getting into my power tools. I do remodels, so this is the power tools I usually use on the daily. I have this big bag. I usually carry it around with me everywhere I go. So starting off small, I do have a little storage box. These are just for my stuff that I use. For the multi-tool, take it apart. I have a 3/4 in here, just to get it through the wood. Nothing much in here. I have this. This is what I take off when I'm doing trim. When I just put in like the little lids, light fixtures, fans. I usually just put all my little stuff on here and I clip it on me. Put 2 little things in here. Go ahead. So I keep that in there. Use that a lot. So this is my multi-tool. Everyone needs one of these when I'm working with drywall. I am doing a lot of cutting when you're doing a lot of fine work. So I cut around the wood and I usually put the piece back in after I'm done. So this XR one is really good. I recommend it. It was probably like 100 bucks. So I do deal with wood. I'm usually doing with just little barrotes, like just little slices of wood, like very good. So I'm not cutting a lot of wood. I use this one. It's pretty good. It has a little thingy for the bag, but I haven't gotten any yet. I don't really need a big old circular saw. This usually gets the job done to cut 2x4. So I'm just dealing with 2x4 to go get one for the circuit boxes, or if I just need one to mount something. This usually gets the job done for me. So this is what I use daily. This is my screwdriver, my impact gun. It's a 20 volt. Everything I have is 20 volt. I've been dealing with DeWalt. It's a decent brand. I would like Milwaukee, but it's a little pricey. So it's pretty good. I use this every day, carry it on me. I also use this one. This is just a regular drill. It has your speed right there. Just reverse and back. Has 2 speeds. And then here are some more just for my drill to get through the wood. I carry those around, and this is probably my favorite one to carry for my drill when I'm drilling holes. I have a 1-inch. This one I just cut a little hole around and I can just have so much leverage to get through. Sometimes when you're dealing with like running through the kitchen, there's like 4 or 5 of them, and this just goes right through them. You can throw a wire right through them with the fish line. So I carry that around. This is what I'm doing with the panels. It's another multi-tool by Klein. So I think it has the 5/16, 9/16, and 7/16, 11/32, and you can switch the ends out too. But lately I just been using this one. The 5/16 is basically all I've been using lately, so I just use that one. So I have a reamer when I do deal with pipe, when I'm doing continuity out there, just running wires through the pipes, just cleans it. I just keep it in here. I'm not using it all the time, but I do come across working with it. I just have some tapes in here, yellow, white, some black. So I have to go to the store, just go in my bag and go reach for another one. So these are just some backup strippers. If I forget to bring my belt and I'm just carrying this and I need to strip a wire real quick, I just get these. Nothing crazy. I do have these. These were my first ones actually. I bought a new set, but as you see, like I didn't think the breaker was off, and I was trying to cut wire. It was so sparked. I do keep them because I cut at the top right there, so they're still usable. A cut on top right here, but I just went ahead and bought some new ones. I have these ones just in case. I have some little pinzas. These are tiny. They're not really useful for me anymore since I got the yellow ones, but they're just in here as a backup. I have another one for my drill. This is mostly when I'm running like this is a 1-inch, so I'm running like 3 wires through one hole. I just use this one. Also have another red tape in here. I have a pipe wrench, just a long one. This one I use sometimes, especially when I'm trying to drill something. I have a backup knife. This was my first one I bought. It was a Colbat. I have a backup one just in case I drop mine or lose it. It's always good, nice to have a backup stuff. I have a pencil, just a regular crayon pencil in here. I have 2 outlets, so if I need to get power, I just go to a light fixture, take it apart, put this in there, and get power real quick. This is usually when I'm charging my batteries. And I just have a bunch of pair of gloves in here. So if I ever need gloves, I just go in here and get some gloves. So let's go over my batteries. I only have 4 right now. I have these 2, they're 1.5 amps. I usually put these on my driver and my drill, nothing crazy. These ones right here. I have these 2 5 amps. They usually last me about 3 days. But the reason I got these, and I'll show you guys right now, is because I do have this on the job site stereo, so I like to work with music. I have this, it's pretty cool. It also comes with outlets on the side right there, and you can plug it into the wall. You just put the battery back here. The cool thing about it is when I'm at work, I can just go ahead and charge my phone as well. So I carry this around everywhere I go. I carry everywhere. It has a lot of handles. I've dropped it down the stairs and it still keeps working, so it's really heavy duty. These I get off sometimes if I sleep. I get out. I worked a 15-hour shift the other day and I just don't have time to plug in my batteries. I can always just go ahead and plug it in anywhere, or if I want to listen to music and do both. I carry this one right here. It has USB on the sides right there too. This one charges really fast. And if I just need to go somewhere small, I carry this one. It's really light. It weighs a lot less, just this one right here. And yeah, that's all my tools, guys. As you can see, this is all I have right here. This is what I use mostly on the daily to remodel. Right now I'm doing apartments. I've been an electrician about 3 months now, a little bit over 3 months, and I've done about 78 apartments. And this is all the tools that I went out and bought. Some I had laying around, like these I just had laying around when I first started. These are my first pliers. But one thing that I do recommend as you start your apprenticeship, especially in electricians, is to work around people. And at the end of the day, you just listen to them. Don't argue with them. You might be like their bitch. Like, they might tell you go get cable out of the car and do this and drill holes, and you might get dirty, cut drywall, but you start from the bottom up. All right, guys, so I realized it's the end of the video and I didn't really go over the type of bag I have. So I just have this bag. It's a regular Husky one. For a lot of your apprentices, you'll probably use this one when you first get started for the hammer. What I usually do, I just throw it in one of the pockets right there, or you can actually buy an attachment that goes on the back right here and you'll have it on your back. And also, when I carry all this off, you guys are probably wondering, like, damn, how the fuck does he get this shit in his car? So I usually just put the belt on, I let it hang, and I put it on my shoulder. I go ahead and grab this, my radio in this hand too. I palm it like that. I usually throw this in my shoulder, but it's a new one. I don't want to make a hole in it yet. So I just pump that one in my shoulder, and I get my tool bag, just like that, and I'm on my way. So thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Hope this was helpful for all those electricians out there that are really wanting to get started. Don't be scared to buy tools. That's probably the best thing you can do, honestly, with your money, is to invest in your tools. And once you start buying what you need, your set just grows out of nowhere, and it's really good. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.